Penguin Random House Audio presents Slashed Beauties by A. Rushby. Narrated by Elizabeth Klett. The knives are freshly sharpened for us by day, ready for each night's pleasure. Small, light, mother-of-pearl handled, they are weapons fit for ladies, though, of course, we are not ladies. Far from it. Ladies do not rise each evening at the devil's bidding. Ladies do not murder. You might think it would be difficult to take the life of another, undetected, of a man, one who is larger, stronger. But it is not. It is surprisingly easy. I am never questioned as I haunt the darkened streets of London town, sniffing out my prey. Why would I be? Women such as I have found themselves upon the streets as long as men have trodden them. It is generally a simple task to extricate my target from his friends, to find a darkened corner. To do what I am called upon to do is not challenging either, for I have no will in this. My hand is forced by another. There is no choice in the matter. Evil guides the blade to the exact place where it must go. Malevolent witchcraft ensures that the assault is accurate, merciless, swift. There is often surprise on his part at the realization that he is being attacked. Astonishment floods his countenance. Then there is a pitiable attempt to grasp at the fast fraying strands of life before he slumps. Perhaps a few final choked words, the gurgle of blood in his throat, bubbling at his lips. And then, stillness. The city does not even blink, draw breath. My evening's work accomplished, I am turned about on my heel by that selfsame hand that drew me here, am compelled now to make my hurried escape. The knowledge of what I have done steals my breath away. It is never really an escape, for I know full well that there will be no reprieve. There is no end to this, no freedom for me. I will be called upon to do the same again the following night, and the night after that. Alys. Seoul. Present day. The text, when it finally comes, arrives at 3:23 a.m. Wanting to be kept in the loop, I'd provided one of the hospital nurses with a burner phone and a large wad of cash a week ago. And then I'd waited. X. This one simple letter tells me all I need to know. Mr. Yoon is dead. Hours on from that text, as I sit on a hard subway seat on my way to visit a client, I wait again. My heart beats out the theme tune of anxiety in my chest, as it's done since the early hours of the morning. Now I wait for another message, this one from Mrs. Yoon's solicitor. The first in a long line of dominoes is teetering. Feeling nauseous, I pop a ginger chew into my mouth and check my phone for what must be the 100th time today. Still nothing. I'm about to tuck it back into my satchel when the hairs on my arms rise. A man somewhere in this carriage is watching me. I'm sure of it. With my silvery violet pixie cut, my tattoo-dotted arms and the tank top I'm wearing on this hot summer's day, I'd expected a few stares. I know I'm an outlier, an oddity, other. What was I thinking, attracting attention to myself? But I knew the truth of it. It wasn't other people's attention I was attempting to attract. It was my own. My new look was a deal I had made with myself. The hair, the tattoos, I was readying myself to become someone new, someone different, someone who could, or at least was going to. Once I'd signed the paperwork Mrs. Yoon's solicitor would provide, there would be no turning back for me. Still, I must admit, now that I'm on full display in the subway, I regret not taking up my client's offer of sending a car. Why, just once, couldn't I have said yes? I don't know Seoul. I've never been to Hanam-dong before. I'm carrying something precious. But I was never going to agree to that car, was I? I didn't want to owe anyone any favours. Ugh, I can still feel his eyes on me. It's nothing, I tell myself. Nothing. Unable to concentrate, I shove my phone into my satchel, and my gaze falls upon my upturned wrist and my latest ink, a likeness of a brooch I'd sold months back, and couldn't seem to get out of my mind. Victorian, 1864. I let my finger trace the circular frame of the outside, pearls and gold, and then the woven crisscross of flaxen hair encased in the centre. I hadn't thought I'd grown attached, until it was gone. This happened now and again. Sometimes I'd dream about pieces after I sold them. Sometimes I'd dream about them while they were still in my care. Sometimes they gave me nightmares. There had once been a necklace of bog oak that I couldn't rid myself of fast enough. My finger starts to move up to the tattoo above this one, a twist of braided hair open at one end. This one is a permanent mark not only on my skin, but in my heart. Just as I'm about to settle my attention upon it, I feel that gaze once more. I look up. There he is, standing, leaning. He's younger than I'd expected, though I'm not entirely sure what I'd expected. Something middle-aged and leering in an ill-fitting suit, perhaps. When our eyes meet, he startles, his attention darting to the phone in his hand. There is no challenge here. I have stepped on a twig in the forest, and he has bolted. I'm about to glance away, when a small flicker of a smile crosses his face. He stretches, shrugs, the sleeve of his t-shirt lifts, and a tattoo peeks out from under the hem. Oh. I see then that I've read this whole thing wrong. He doesn't think I'm an oddity. He is, sharing. And this I don't know what to do with. I am never comfortable around men. I am always wary, fearful of what might happen, what I might do. Being looked at is never good, but being seen is worse. I move my gaze to the floor and try to pull myself together. I think of my therapist. What would she say about this? I still can't believe I have one. A friend made me find one. But I have to admit that she's been helpful. Which is surprising, considering the lies I've told her about myself, the half-truths, the fabrications. As the train rocks along, I return to a talk the two of us had a while ago about control, about feeling like I have control of my life, and things do not just happen to me. I am capable and have agency. I am the mistress of my own fate. Her words resonated with me that day. The mistress of my own fate. I'd repeated the phrase for weeks. Could I ever be the mistress of my...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?